Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. We're back at the tiny laundromat, car wash, shop, and apartment. It's a property that I'm going to be selling soon, but I haven't done it yet, or at least I haven't put it on the market yet. I have mentioned it quite a bit and actually gotten quite a bit of interest just from mentioning it on social media, YouTube, all of that. But it's probably the worst time of the year to sell a property right now, right over Thanksgiving break. So that's one reason we haven't done it, but it's pretty much ready to go now. This apartment's vacant. We decided to leave it vacant while we market it. And then the shop is vacant. We had it rented for a little while. And I think that works good because if somebody wants to be an owner, operator, live here, have a friend, acquaintance, family member live here, use the shop, now it's all available for them to use it. Or if they don't want to, then they could also rent it. And it's actually fairly easy to rent stuff in this town. We're in Kersey, Colorado, because there's nothing else for rent around here. I also brought my indentured servant, my son, with me today. It's fall break, so he came. He wanted to earn some extra money, so he's actually in there mopping right now. It is funny because I mentioned my son helped me on some stuff before, and I had people say that that wasn't fair. I wasn't being a good dad because I made him do some work, even if he's getting paid. So there's some crazy ideas out there in the world right now. All right, so we're checking the change machine here first. It was a holiday weekend, so I'm not sure how the laundromat did. We do have the machines we put in that are newer that hopefully will help eventually. So we'll see. It's always telling when I first open to see not many quarters are gone. So this might not be a great week. Last week, if you can see quarters in that trough, it's not great. If you can't see them, it's better. Now, having said that, people are using this change machine so much more now. It's crazy. So we'll have to refill this again. We have to refill this every week, and it's kind of a pain. But this week, I made my son do it, so I didn't have to do it. I mean, it's just very... It takes some work. The other issue is it was kind of cold in there, and I feel like our little mini split thing we put in there, which of course Colorado is encouraging everyone to do and not have real furnaces anymore, isn't working very well, or not working at all. I turned up to 80 and I don't think it ever turned on or did anything. So we'll have to have our HVAC guy go look at it. I don't think I ever turned it back down from 80 either, so hopefully it doesn't start working and go crazy, or that's not the end of the world if it does. The shop is still vacant, as you can see. We'll check the car wash, see how it did. It's been down a little bit the last couple of weeks, so we'll check it out here. Winter is always down for our car wash, but it can be very up and down depending on the storms, how nice it is. Oh, that's actually more than it's been in there, so that's not bad. There was a lot less the last week and the week before. And we'll check the vacuum every 2 weeks. There ended up being 775 in there, so I just took that out of my car wash bin when I counted it. All right, counting the dryers and washers. Not a ton there. So like I said, based on the cash, well, that's almost nothing. But based on what's in the cash machine, a little bit less cash, we might have, yeah, that definitely seems like less in the last couple of weeks. So again, we did our big, nice laundromat video yesterday that makes much more money and has many more quarters in it than this one. We had a really good weekend and then an awful week, I think, to Thanksgiving. So you never know for sure what's going to happen with holidays and different things. They've surprised me before where we've had awesome sales over holidays because people, I guess, have more time and time to go to the laundromat. I don't think Thanksgiving is one of those times because look at my cameras, we just saw almost nobody in. So I think Thanksgiving definitely hurt us. But maybe that means we'll have a better week next week. Who knows? Maybe not. But there's definitely, I think, fewer quarters in here than we've seen the last couple of weeks. It is nice. I've got my key situation sorted out, so all those are on one key. All my other washers are on one key, so that's definitely fantastic. And then while I was doing this, my son was helping me clean a little bit and do some different things. Those shoes are still here. So if you remember last week, one of these machines did not have any money in it. This one, and I was real perplexed until I opened it up and there were clothes in there. I think someone had left clothes in there for an entire week, and nobody had used this machine because of it. So I took them out, put them in a bag, and there were a bunch of shoes and stuff on it too, and I kind of stacked them neatly along the back. Those shoes are still there. Nobody's come to get them for at least a week. And then the bag of clothes, I set them in back by our trash can. The bag is gone. I already opened that. It wasn't open to show people for a short video. So don't think I didn't want that. It was already opened by me. But the bag of clothes, like the bag was gone, and some of the clothes were gone, but some of them were left. It's like they came and picked and chose a couple of the clothes they wanted and just left the rest back there. So weird. People are weird. They do weird things. And we've had this before where people have left clothes forever. You kind of see some of them laying there by the trash can. Anyway, now the top loaders. We have fewer of these, so we're going to make less and less money of them. And one of our machines is a top loader that isn't working. But if you noticed, all our front loaders are still working. All those Horizons that have always given us problems after problem after problem are all working right now. And so a couple of weeks ago when we added those stainless steel dryers are newer, we added those. We also replaced some of our broken Horizons, put in working Horizons that we had from the other laundromat because we put bigger and better machines in there and took out some of the Horizons. So at least for the time being, most of the machines are at least still working here. In fact, all of them except for one are working here. So that's good news, and haven't had any calls or complaints about this little laundromat, so that's nice as well. That can be one of the more stressful things when people keep complaining and calling and having issues, but haven't been much at all so far. Alright, so we'll see what the car wash brought us, which is definitely more than the last couple of weeks. Like I said, there was $7.75 in there that I already took out, or that I will take out from the vacuum. So almost 60, not quite. So yeah, definitely better than we have been doing. Now we'll see what's in the dryer first. I always do the dryers first. I don't know why, but we got to keep it the same. I can tell when I dump them in there how much I have or not have. It's a little trickier when pulling them out of the coin boxes, and there isn't a ton in there. It's not the worst, but I don't think we're hitting 400, which is always kind of like a goal of mine for the dryers at this place, 350. So yeah, that's a little worse than last week. Now we'll check out the washers, the top loaders first, because I know I'm getting less in there, and that's not much from them. And there wasn't as much in the front loaders coin boxes this week either. I could definitely tell they were lighter. So yeah, 236. We used to get over 400 from the top loaders all the time, but we had another top loader, and I feel like they're getting used less and less now that we have the front loaders. The front loaders are newer, use less water, much more efficient, and so if we can get people to use them, it's actually better for many different reasons. As long as they're working, like I said. So much easier to clean too. The top loaders can be real tricky. So that wasn't bad, but it wasn't 800. Our goal is 400 quarters from the dryers and 800 from the washers. So that's the first time in a while we've been below 800 for the washers. So we'll see how it does. Now, something else I wanted to peek at was what happened last year during Thanksgiving. And it's kind of tricky because you can see we had a huge decline right at that time period. And I think we had a lot of issues last year. Our car wash stopped working and we just shut it down completely for the winter. I think our change machine stopped working. We had some issues. So yes, we had a massive decline around Thanksgiving last year, but we had a lot of other massive changes. So I don't want to say it was just Thanksgiving. I think it could have been some other things as well. So coming back to more recent, we've been consistently increasing sales, which has been nice. Then we had some drops. We put in some new machines, had to close down for a day or so that hurt us there. And then creeping back up, and just a little bit lower this week than last week. It wasn't actually as bad as I thought, but the car wash helped with that because we definitely had more from the car wash come in. Car wash brought in over 50. I think the week before that it was like 18 or something. So helped a little, and we'll see if next week is a crazy good week because of no holiday, or if it's just normal, or what happens. But like I said, next week we also want to get this for sale. So over Thanksgiving is probably the worst time you can sell a house, especially right before Thanksgiving. Business, I assume, probably there's people distracted, not paying attention. So we have a few houses we want to sell, some flips that are finished. we're waiting till after Thanksgiving to list them. We're waiting until this is, after Thanksgiving to list this one. So next week will be a busy week with us listing properties and finishing up properties and getting them ready to sell. And hopefully we can get them sold. It's still, even after Thanksgiving, it's not the best time of year with the holidays to sell a property, but we also don't want to just wait around forever because that's not good strategy either. So we'll see what happens. We'll be back next week. Maybe we'll have a buyer already. Who knows? I'm not getting my hopes up too high, but, funnier things have happened. And we'll, of course, have more videos from the other laundromat, our other businesses, and all the real estate stuff we have as well.